Let's move on to the Northeast 8, where I didn't know a couple weeks ago if you'd have said this is a conference championship type matchup. I don't know if that I'd have believed you, but Belmont's made a believer out of a lot of people, including a big win over Leo. And I say big, it was a 3-point win, but a big win in terms of they're still atop the conference alone by themselves, or the Braves. Larry Getz is happy about it, but New Haven this week at their place, what do you see as being the biggest point of emphasis that Belmont's going to have this week against a really athletic and talented New Haven team?
Yeah, I mean, you hit it. The athletic and talent of New Haven, very tough to slow down. Leo was able to do it. Let's see if Belmont can do it. You know, we know everything about Nishan Jones running the ball. I think Keyshawn Moore has just had a breakout year as a junior quarterback, just phenomenal. Really cut down on the turnovers, which was a problem last year, as expected with a sophomore. But that's going to be the key for me. Can Belmont slow down that New Haven offense enough, because they got the help of Craig Kloffenstein being out last week. I give all the credit in the world to Belmont for scoring 24 points. That was the most points that Leo has given up in 51 games. Okay, but you're probably not holding Leo to 21 points if Craig Kloffenstein is in there. You now face a healthy, reasonably healthy at the skill positions New Haven team. Can you slow them down enough? That's the big question for me.
When you take a look at Belmont's offense, I think the thing that separates them from maybe Belmont teams in the past is that they can pass. They don't throw it a ton, but when they do, it's effective. Grant Gutierrez has done a nice job. Caleb Hankinson had a huge touchdown catch last week. What is it about them offensively? Is it the passing game that's allowed them to be more successful this year?
Yeah, just a more well-rounded game. You know, being able to not only run the ball effectively, but pass it when they need to. They made some big plays offensively against Leo. Defensively, had a couple key interceptions, too, to kind of close that game out. So it's just big plays at big times. I mean, these guys are just rising to the occasion and making plays week after week. Now they get another challenge, and they face another one the week after in East Noble. So it's a brutal 3-game stretch for Belmont. They've passed the first test. They've proved a lot of people wrong. Can they pass the second test? We'll see Friday.
Are we underrating Belmont? Maybe, perhaps. You know, they opened the season with a loss against Adams Central. It's a rivalry game in that county, you know, but they're a 1A team. Then again, Adams Central's pretty good 1A team. They're 6-0. Have we underrated Belmont this year? Because I know, you know, in the interview with Larry Getz on Friday, he seems to think so.
We have, and it's partly because of the schedule. They've played a reasonably light schedule the first half of the year. It's backloaded with some heavy teams with Leo and East Noble and New Haven. But history, you look at Belmont, and history has shown that they're the middle of the pack team in the then NHC and now Northeast 8. I mean, there wasn't an expectation for them to be up there, because we've seen it, and Belmont is just kind of that middle of the road team. And this year they're different, at least through the Leo game. So we're going to see this week and next week just exactly where they fit in. And we definitely have underrated them, but I don't know just how highly rated they should be in the area at this point.
It's funny because I remember going down to practice before the season and asking, you know, hey, you guys are in this conference, it's new, blah, blah, blah. They're saying, we're still the smallest team in this conference. We're still the smallest school in this conference, so they still kind of have that underdog mentality. But going into this Friday's game, what's the biggest key that could turn this game one way or the other?
Well, it's just identifying those playmakers for New Haven and slowing them down. Not only Nishan Jones, but Keyshawn Moore. You just cannot let those guys get into space, and they are going to run all over you if you allow them to. So Belmont really needs to bunch some stuff up, create some key turnovers like they did against Leo, and they got a shot.